Hello there. 9:30 Denmark time. We are ready for this next webinar about handheld positioning. How we position our hands on vocal microphones. Basically, it's all from an article that we have on our Facebook, on our website, DPA Microphones / Mic Uni. We have an article about how the hand positions on a vocal mic influences on the sound. The colors of the sound change depending on where you hold your hand. And I will do this I guess it will be a very short seminar. The topic is not that big, but I have some sound examples with me here that I can share with you. And at the end, I will share a link to the article where you can download the poster and you can listen to all the sound examples that I am playing here today. Welcome to my crib. I am producing myself. I have cameras. I have everything around me, so we should be ready to go. If you have questions, please ask them in the chat box on the side, I guess it is, or below, depending on your browser. If you answer them on the way or ask them on the way, I will see if I can answer them at the end of the webinar. So thank you very much for coming, and let's get on with it. Basically, the microphone is in a sound field every time we pick it up. Unless it's in the lab, there will be some reflections. Reflections from the music stand, reflections first of all from your hand, from your face, but also from the surroundings. If you are, let's say you are a piano player, you have the music stand right in front of you, you have the piano right in front of you, and that will reflect the sound of your voice as well. It will also reflect the sound of the instruments and everything else on the stage. So the sound into the microphone will be a sum of all these different angles. Sound from all angles are coloring the sound of the output of the microphone. So what we did in the lab, we had 3 different subjects holding the microphones in 5 different positions. And one test recording or one reference recording was made without holding the microphone. Just a plain microphone without any reflections from the hand. But still, we have reflections from the test person's own face. But that is the same on all of the recordings. So the only thing that changes from recording to recording is the hand position. These different hand positions, 5 different hand positions, or 5 different recordings, 4 different hand positions, done with left hand and with right hand 3 times. So we get an average of the different positions from 6 different recordings. The average you see in the straight line, the solid line, average of the sounds from this position. The 0 line, the straight line, is without the hand. So what you're seeing here is the difference between the microphone recording without a hand on the microphone and a recording with a hand on the microphone. And you see with this position on the picture here, there's not much of a difference. It sounds pretty much natural. There are some small ripples in the higher frequencies, but they are hardly audible. It's above 3K, all these ripples. So we would consider this position here as a normal position. I have a recording embedded here so you can hear what it sounds like. These recordings are also available, as I said, on our website on the Mic Uni article. But the recording of the microphone with my voice it sounds like this.
While language can be something that groups of people have in common, the sound and character of the voice is unique from person to person.
So it should be audible, but well, maybe not on Facebook Live, or maybe not on headphones. Maybe you need to be in a lab. So the deviation from the recordings without a hand is very, very little. Anyway, we move the handle. We move the hand on the handle, so it sits just beneath the mic head. It gives a ripple with a higher amplitude compared to the lower position, and it may be audible, however, only to a minor degree. It's very, very little. Listen to it here.
While language can be something that groups of people have in common, the sound and character of the voice is unique from person to person.
I don't know if you can hear the difference, but there is a little difference. Now it starts to take place. The differences when we start cupping the microphone. We get some artifacts. We get some resonances around the capsule. How much it changes the pickup characteristics is not a part of this experiment here. Obviously, on some microphones where you will be closing the entrance to the back of the diaphragm, you would probably create some sort of an omni microphone if you are cupping the capsule. But that's not part of this experiment. If you look at, let's say, the vocal microphone from DPA, the 2028, it looks like this. I have the ability to open it like this. You see the capsule in here underneath. We have the openings to the back of the diaphragm here, and you see, if you see them side by side, you see that even cupping it like this will not close these holes here, because they are way up here on the grill. So cupping it like this will not make an omni microphone out of the 2028. But on some microphones, that might be the case. Obviously, the pickup pattern will change because you are adding reflections to the microphone by putting your hand there. But we have, as you see on this, we have a resonance around 2 kilohertz. A resonance that is really audible. In one of the tests we made, one of the recordings, maybe you can see that it's a very fine line, dotted line. It's plus 9 dB at around just below 2 kilohertz, like 1.8 or something. So that is very audible. It sounds like this.
While language can be something that groups of people have in common, the sound and character of the voice is unique from person to person.
And again, all these recordings, they are available on our website, DPA Microphones /MicUni. Find the article there, and you will find the poster, and you will find all the sound examples. So, position number 4. Now we are holding like a thumb over the grill. Now the as before, the resonance is around 2K, but the Q is now much wider, much lower, you could say. The peaks are not as high because we're not cupping it quite as much as we were on the position number 3. But still, we have some resonances. You think that you might not influence too much on the sound when you just hold the microphone on the lower side of the grill, but you are actually changing the sound quite a bit. It sounds like this.
While language can be something that groups of people have in common, the sound and character of the voice is unique from person to person.
And now for position number 5. We are making a cavity around the microphone, and I will just assemble my own microphone here again, because I will show you exactly what that does. I have the microphone here, and we are making like a small space in here. We're making a cavity in here. I'm closing almost completely around the microphone and creating this resonance. I can even tell you like this. It should sound really like very, very different from the uninfluenced position, which is way down on the handle. Little more like this, little more like this, but doing like this, that changes the sound dramatically. Back to the headset. Thank you very much. So that's what we're doing in the recording. In the sake of the comparison, you should hear the recording from the website.
While language can be something that groups of people have in common, the sound and character of the voice is unique from person to person.
Very audible. I am noticing an extra peak around 10K, and the dip just before around 8K. So a lot of ups and downs in the frequency response, which is obviously 100% impossible to compensate for. You can maybe compensate for some of it, if your singer insists on holding it like that, and you want it to be more natural sounding. You could compensate for some of it, but it requires quite some work. But this is not to say that it's wrong to do this. This is just a webinar about what is going on. If you have a singer that really likes the effect and likes that sound, the 2 kilohertz boost, and he does that as an effect, then that's super cool. That's the way that it should be. It's just nice for all of us to know exactly what are we working with, what is going on in real life when they are doing that, and what should we where should we attack the EQ if it starts to create feedback? Where would the problem most likely be? So basically, the conclusion is that anything you do around the microphone will create some EQ change, of course. The mouth, an open mouth even, will create some EQ changes. Just the fact that the microphone is in front of your face, and if you have an open mouth in front of it, that would change the sound of the reflections. And so everything around the microphone will change the sound. Reflections, again, from the instruments that you're working with. If you have a music stand right next to you, you would have reflections from that, and that will influence on the systems. Please, if you have any questions, I will be very happy to answer them. I'm looking at the chat box. Francesco is offering espresso for anyone. That would be really nice. Thank you, Francesco. I think you're not allowed to go from Italy to Denmark with your coffee. But anyone? No, everybody just says hi and good morning to everyone. And good evening in Mexico. No real questions about this. That might be just because I covered everything. If I didn't, please ask questions. We will hang around for a bit and answer questions on the website, on the Facebook website, and link here to the article at our Mic Uni, where you can download the poster and you can read more about the microphone positioning that I have been talking about. Last time I did this webinar, we got a lot of questions about the pickup pattern, how the microphone will, how the hand positioning will change the pickup pattern of the microphone. And I would say that it is very different from position to position, because it's all depending on the reflections. But that being said, on some of the microphones, as I said earlier, if the ventilations to the back of the diaphragm are too close to the grill and you close the grill, then you will basically create an omni microphone out of it, and of course then it will change the pickup pattern dramatically. Choosing one we like and sticking to it. Yes, Maxime is saying, so the important thing is having a consistent handle on the mic. Choosing one we like and sticking to it. Yes. If you can convince the singer to hold the microphone in the same position always, then you know exactly what to EQ, where to work on the EQ to compensate for the hand position. That could be one approach to the issue. All right. Any more questions? Doesn't seems like it. More like where do we get the coffee? And I can't help you with that today. I have another webinar this afternoon at 5:30. If you are interested, please come by. The link is the same channel. I hope to see you there. So thank you, and have a fantastic day, morning, evening, wherever you are. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned just a little bit. If you, I hate wasting my own times, and even worse, wasting your time. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.